This little girl wanted to be a model once, and now she changed her mind. And she's going to tell us why she doesn't want to be a model anymore. With you, Gabriela Piacentini.
Good afternoon, everyone. What is the real definition of beauty? Giselle Bündchen, Naomi Campbell, Kate Moss. These are only some of the many names that inspire young teenagers to enter the fashion industry, where along with beauty, there is also wealth and fame. That is the perfect life. My name is Gabriela, and at some point in my life, I fell for that as well. Last year, I went to a model scouting event that was happening here in my town. And if I passed the first stage, the second and final stage would happen 8 months later. That was when I thought to myself, great, I have exactly 8 months to lose as much weight as possible so they can like me. That was all I could think about. I restricted all the food I ate, and sometimes I would not even eat at all. I was starving, but it was okay as long as I could stay skinny. When the day finally arrived, I went to the hotel that the event was taking place, and there were a lot of people. Mostly of them young girls around my age, with all of them, well, us, sharing the same dream. We spent 2 whole days in that hotel preparing ourselves to impress the agents. And in the lunch breaks we had, I realized that the great majority of the girls would only eat an apple or maybe drink a bottle of water when we actually had a free buffet all to ourselves. Even so, they would rather not eat so their body could stay in shape, and that way their performance would be better. There were also a lot of professionals in the branch giving these speeches about how they took a certain person, made them lose a few pounds, changed their body, hair, posture, and now they're somewhere in a runway or maybe in a magazine cover. They took all those ordinary people and transformed them into models. But what is really a model anyway? According to the dictionary, a model is a representation of an idea to show the construction or image of that same idea. But that intrigues me when it comes to the fashion industry, because it doesn't make sense how they can put a minority, considering that most of us do not fit those measures, to represent a group of people. Something recently added to the fashion industry is the so-called plus-size model, which are basically models with bigger sizes than common. And the fact that they are labeled as such only modifies the real essence of what being a model is, because they are not plus-size, they are their own size. If we go back in time, we can notice that beauty standards have always been around. Since ancient Greece and Rome, we can notice by the sculptures and other artifacts that the curvier body was considered desirable and beautiful. During the 40s and the 50s, the curvy women still predominated, and names like Elizabeth Taylor and Marilyn Monroe became very famous because of their tonic curves and big hips. So it wasn't until the 60s that this thin standard became very popular. And along with that, the new beauty icons also arose. Once these models are recognized by the media and gain their space in the fashion industry, they begin to have a huge influence upon young women. Unfortunately, sometimes that influence doesn't turn out entirely positive. Young women and girls completely change their lifestyle to focus on having a certain type of body, and they will do the impossible to have it. Sometimes certain measures will even lead them into eating disorders like bulimia or anorexia, which has a 20% mortality rate. So, is it worth risking your own health to have a perfect image? The deal with our self-image is that it's powerful, especially to us women, because we are taught since we are very young that that is the one thing we have to worry about the most. When I was going through my I want to be a model phase, how I looked was extremely important because it transmitted who I was to other people. And that is exactly how they work in fashion. They work with your looks and your looks only. And if you don't look the way they want you to, then they can't work with you. But the way you look, though, matters to you and yourself only. And it's not someone on a runway or someone in a magazine who is going to tell you how you should look, because you are who you are and there is no one like you in the world. We are not a body, we have a body, and we are much more than skin. And that is why I don't want to be a model only known for my beautiful features and appearance. If there is a type of model I would like to be, is a role model. Thank you so much.